Sean, just bumped into you because we have a young kid called Jacob Rowe. He's just run 6 great rounds with. He's fighting the week after you. WBO European super lightweight.
Yeah, of course. Good fight for me. Good platform against a good fighter in Casey Benjamin. And great sparring here with the lads. They've been very welcoming into the gym, Steel City here.
It's a great gym, isn't it?
Great gym, great facilities, great rings. Suit me with a big ring, you know, and great sparring with Jacob. You know, I think at the periodisation time and where we're at this stage of camp for me and Jacob, it's perfect for us both.
Because Jay fights the week after you on our VIP show in Blackpool. We're not sure of his opponent yet, but I hope we've got a good opponent for him. A little bit of a step up for him. But going back to your fight with Casey Benjamin, do you know much about Casey?
No, you know, not much. I've watched a few fights. I was due to fight him before, and then for whatever reason, I'm not sure why I fell through. And I know he fought Dalton Smith, and he had a close contest with Dalton. And we took the positives from that. We know he's a tough fight, and I need to be switched on for every moment of every round. And I think it's a great fight for us both, me and Benjamin at this stage of our careers. He's coming off the back of a loss. He is not going to want to lose again. He's going to come out to win. He's going to come. He's going to come. And he's going to come. And he's going to try and take my WBO European title off me. I worked hard to get this stage of my career. A few setbacks along the way, and I'm just fully focused now on what I need to do, and I know the game plan, and I'm sticking to it regardless.
Going back to, you said a few setbacks. It was one setback really, wasn't it? When you lost to Gavin Quinn. Was that because you moved down? I know people don't like to make excuses as a fighter, but you'd never really fought at lightweight before, and it was the first time you'd made this, and you well made it. I think you're almost a pound under the 135 limit, but was that too much? Because you're tall, and it's like your teammate Gary Cullen who's here today. Freakishly tall, both. What did they feed you on in Belfast?
I don't know. It's called, like, they're feeding us something because we are tall, but then you have to give Gavin Gwynn credit as well. I mean, he's as tall as me, if not taller. He's a big lightweight, huge lightweight. He got the game plan right on the night. I had a few setbacks through camp, and I'm sure he did too, because the fight was postponed 3 times due to COVID. There was a couple of little factors for me in the background that, you know, I just take them as a learning curve, and I just look at it now and go, it's probably the best thing that's happened to me, and I'm glad it happened to me at that stage in my career. And I got the opportunity then to work with Pete and to change up my own personal shit that was going on back home, and it was a stressful time for me. It was a lot of stress going on, and I don't know if that's the right thing to go into fight week with, but credit to Gavin Gwynn. He came, he dug in.
Do you know something? He's got a phenomenal engine, hasn't he?
If he didn't bring that engine, I believe I'd have won the fight. If you look at it, it was probably level when I decided to throw the head up, and that was because I wasn't performing the way I wanted to perform.
You got frustrated with yourself?
Yeah, frustrated myself, pure frustration, and he made it that fight, and he got it right, and that's the thing. One of the things I've learned is he could not lose, because that was him finished if he did, and this is what I'm taking into the Casey Benjamin fight. He may come with the same tactics, he may try and come, and I've trained for that. I know what my tactics are. I know I need to be fast. I know I need to be right up there with top performances.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you say, I know Casey. I met Casey just before he turned pro. His manager used to be our matchmaker, VIP, John Pegg, and he was the same size when he was 18 as he is now. And we thought he was going to grow into being a solid light middleweight, and then we thought, well, we'll come down to welterweight. But now at super lightweight, he seems a formidable force. He's a very strong kid.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you can see it in his punches, and when he sets him up and he actually goes. I think there was one stage in the fight where him and Dalton were trading on the ropes, and you could see the sort of the power that he carried and the strength that he was able to keep Dalton on the Smiths now, or Dalton on the ropes. I think Dalton was comfortable there, in fairness as well, as his defence is so good, but it still had that that strength to keep that in there, you know. And I know that him coming down, he's going to carry a lot of power and a lot of strength, and I'm expecting him to be part of his tactics. Where on the flip side of that, I'm working towards something completely different because of my size, because of my style, because of my range, you know, because of my advantages. So it's a battle of advantages here, isn't it?
Yes.
Who uses it best, and who brings their tactics into the game.
If you implement your advantages, tallness, the southpaw stance of yours, then you're going to be a hard man to beat.
Yeah.
But I do know Casey a little bit, and he's very, very strong. And I remember in the junior development, I've just met him, he just won the development, not junior developments, the senior developments. I think it was his first year. He was only 18, and I think he stopped everyone all the way up until the final, and then he won on points.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like, we're well aware of that power, and I mean, when I watched some of his fights, he was knocking people out of welterweight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So do not get me wrong. I have not underestimated that man's power one bit, and I don't intend to. I just go in, fully focus on my performance, on what we have worked on, and may the best man win.
I was just checking your record out. As a pro, you're 15-1 now. But as an amateur, we just spoke about before. Very rarely, you know, even if you get the top English lads and you go and check their amateur record, even Dalton's a top amateur. And I look on there, and it's probably about 30 or 40 fights listed.
Yeah.
You've got 97 fights listed as an amateur. So that's probably not even half the amount that you had. How many did you have as an amateur?
Probably around 200. From the top, from juvenile right through to elite level.
When did you start boxing? How old were you?
8 years of age. Yeah. So I mean, I've been in the game 23 years now. Coming up 23 years. I had my first fight when I was 8. Now, obviously, my first championship was when I was 10, and from there every year I was just competing for Irish titles and right up to elite level. And I competed at the elite level for 5-6 years, the top level, World Championships 3 times. European Championships 3 times, Commonwealth Games, European Games. I've been to all the top championships and faced all the best opponents in the amateurs. And I hope to do the same.
So what were you about 26 when you turned out?
25 when I turned over.
So it was a perfect age really, wasn't it?
25, yeah.
Sometimes some people leave it a little bit too late, don't they?
Yeah, people do, and it just depends on your development. Everyone grows differently. People peak sooner than others. People mature sooner than others, and I just feel for me 25 was a good age, and even then, when I look back when I was 25, I thought I was a proper man. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't even close to it, and the experience now within them 5 years to now is massive.
So I always say to when I speak to, obviously most of the kids I'm talking to are just developing, you know, most of them have not had the amateur experience that you've had, you know, 300 fights, you know how to be the best you. But being a top amateur and a top pro are two different games, aren't they? Do you feel, was there much transitioning for you?
Well, they are two different sports, aren't they really? There's one's a sprint and one's a marathon, for starters. And I think transitioning for me was handy because, as I was speaking to you before, and I feel the time suits me better, like having that bit of time in the ring to select your punches and think about what you want to do. I think professional boxing is a thinking man's game, and I think amateur boxing is
would have, as an amateur though, you had competed most of your time during what I used to call sword fencing days.
Yeah.
Because we've gone to the point scoring, and realistically, it was no good throwing massive amounts of combinations because you're only going to get 1 point.
Yeah.
Do you find that was much of a change for you, because the pro game is totally different in that sense, and you wouldn't have had much chance to, I think maybe your last year as an amateur you would have been going back to 10-9.
Yeah, 10-9, yeah. So again, we have to adapt as humans. We all adapt to what's happening, and it wasn't just me. The rest of the world had to adapt. I mean, you had the Russians, the Kazakhs, the Cubans, the GB squad. Everyone adapted at the same time. It wasn't like anyone got an advantage. So I think that makes us. And when you can still compete at that level, having to adapt, I think that's a good sign. You can adapt. And going into the pro game is no different. Same process. Just adapting to different styles, adapting to different timing and punch selection. and then just bring in the performance.
Right, well listen, good luck for May the 6th in Birmingham. What's the show? Who's it on?
Boati. Is he
Oh, is it?
Boati, yeah.
Right. He's fighting the kid that should have fought Callum Smith.
Yeah, so he's the first, it's his first Sky Sports debut, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So it was a good build to be on.
Great platform.
But you are going to Casey's back garden because he's a Birmingham kid.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, this is boxing, and I'm sure Casey would have done the same on the opposite end. He's a fighter, he comes to fight. And
will you be going back home before you come back here for the fight?
Yeah. So I'm going to go home, finish training. I might be here next week for one last spar or two maybe, and then that's me finished taper time.
Right, well listen, good luck for May the 6th, and
for all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions, also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.